What's up guys, we're back again, and today we're going to talk about how to boost your WN8 and become a better player. Now, some people seem to think that the way you boost your WN8 is by playing very OP tanks, such as the T29, the IS-7, and others like it, the KV-1 even. However, that's not necessarily the case. You don't have to play OP tanks to be able to boost your WN8. In this video, we are going to be using the Super Pershing, which it's not the best tank at tier 8, and especially not at tier 9. It does not do very well at tier 9 matches at all. But we're going to use this Super Pershing to demonstrate this. But what your WN8 really revolves upon is getting damage done. Now, playing an OP tank can increase your damage output. However, it mostly relies upon you being able to do the damage. You need to make good tactical decisions on where you want to be in the battle so that you can do the damage. You need to be in a position that plays to your strengths. So say you're in a tank that likes being held down, the T110E5 for example. You would want to be poking a ridgeline maybe, only exposing your turret, and even after you shoot you want to wiggle your turret back and forth so they can't hit your weak spot. But you want to play to your tank's strengths. For example, the Cromwell. It's fast. It can circle tanks. You want to be out in the open with it, or you want to be able to you want to have enough space so where you are able to circle the enemy tank. The Amex CDC, very good engine power, great gun depression, can be used for poking ridgelines. The armor on its turret is not going to do anything for you, but if you're only up there for a few seconds, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. The Tog, 1400 health, very good at taking damage, side scraping, weathering fire. The Bulldog, very fast, has a nice autoloader, can get up into difficult to reach places, can circle tanks. You need to know your tank before you can become a better player. You need to know your tank's strengths and its weaknesses. For example, T34, weak hull armor, don't expose your hull. T110E5, very weak side armor, 76 millimeters. Don't expose your sides. Don't side scrape too much. The Tog, basically no armor. Very weak to artillery fire. Stay in artillery cover. The VK3002M, well, this tank is just crap. Well, it's not very fast. It doesn't have a very good gun. So you want to let other tanks take the lead. You need to get around the sides and rears of enemy tanks to be able to damage them. Which means you need to be the second wave of attack. So after that first maybe light or medium or even heavy runs in and all the enemies start focusing their fire on him, you need to get in there and get around to the sides and rears of enemy tanks and take them out. The SU-100Y, very big gun, slow aiming time. Set yourself up in a position where you can do damage, where you don't have to move that much. That's basically the kind of tactical decisions you need to be. Where can I do the best in? Where are the enemy tanks going to go? What kind of enemy tanks will be there when I get there? For example, the Super Pershing. It's got a very mediocre gun, only 170 penetration. You need to be fighting lights and mediums unless you're going to be shooting gold. So you need to decide where the lights and mediums on the enemy team going to go. And is it possible for me to get there in time to do damage to them? And if the answer is no, you need to think about where you can do well against or on other parts of the map where you can get to. So yeah, let's get into an example. Alright, so here we're in the Super Prison. It's a tier 8 match on Highway. Now, Highway is somewhat of a hard map to play with the Super Prison if you spawn on the wrong side. Now there are a few tank destroyers on the enemy team, but the majority, it looks like, are heavies and mediums. So, and we have spawned on the wrong side here, so we're going to have to go into city because Super Pershing on that open field, not enough cover. And here's another thing I wanted to talk about: lemming trains. If you encounter a lemming train, you know, some people just sit there and complain about the lemming train, but you just don't want to do that. Just go with the lemming train. You'll survive longer, you'll do more damage, but you have to make sure that you make the lemming train push. You have to make sure that they keep going. Because most lemming trains tend to stop once they encounter an enemy tank or a few enemy tanks, but you just need to make them keep going. It doesn't matter. Don't push up by yourself, but if you can, don't be afraid to bully a few tanks to make them get into the fight. As you can see here, putting a few shots into the medium tanks over there, very nice. This thing has a very good gun for taking out lightly armored mediums and lights. However, heavy tanks can, at least tier 8 and 9 heavy tanks will give this thing problems. As you can see there, we took advantage of our friendly tank spotting those enemies up on that, I guess, road. But now we need to move up and support this VK3601H. Fortunately for us, the IS-3 has gone a different way, so we will not be running into him, which means less problems for us. Hopefully this Tiger doesn't come out, or this IS. It looks like the IS is going to try and get around our side. And now we're going to try and take out this T-29. We need to get into cover here because the IS and the other tank behind us aren't going to... Or, actually, never mind. The AMX is going to take care of it. As you can see here, need to aim for weak points on this tank. However, we did miss his lower glacis there, which cost us the kill. However, we might be able to do some damage on this IS over here. Very nice side of the IS, and we managed to put a shot into him. So now we might want to start thinking about heading back. However, it does look like the majority of their forces are over here, so we might still be able to push into cap, and the AMX looks like he is heading back to reset if they manage to get on the cap. And they will get there in time, unless they stop for some reason. And now we are able to put some nice flanking shots into these enemy tanks. Unfortunately, bounced a shot off the T-29 there. But we are in a pretty strong position here. However, it's not as strong as I would like it to be, as we do not have the best turret armor. Unfortunately, we have lost spots on the enemy tank, so we're going to have to poke over here again and try and see if we can light them up. And we do need to start moving back now. We cannot afford to stop for anything, because they will capture the base before we can get back if we stop. Unfortunately, that one bounced off the T-43. It would have killed him. And another bounce. However, he did manage to bounce off us, which is good. Missed. And we hopefully we'll get back in time, but it's not actually. They did just reset the cap themselves. So we can stop and wait. Put a nicely aimed shot into the T-43. One more should kill him. However, he is managing to put some very effective fire into us. And now we do need to get back to the cap circle again. However, there is an Su-152 over here, and he's going to make some problems for us. Yep, and we died. As you can see, we probably should have started heading back earlier. However, we thought that the AMX and the SU on our team were going to take care of it. Unfortunately, they were unable to kill or reset, so we lost. However, we did manage to do a lot of damage there, mostly due in part to the fact that we didn't see the IS-3. If we had run into the IS-3, we would have either had to shoot gold at him, or we would have had to go to a different place to get some shots off. Let's see our team. We did 1,700 damage, not too bad. However, we could have done more if we had started heading back earlier. Unfortunately, our tactical awareness was, our awareness was not the best, so we didn't think about the fact that the AMX was not going to be able to reset the cap circle. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys next time.